Hello everyone and welcome back to Astronomy Arcade. My name's Victoria, but you can call me Vicky, but today you can call me Kai because it is D&D and Space Night.
It is space.
Woohoo.
Yes.
And we are back for some more D&D and Space. We are on episode 2 of our 5th mission. That's right? Yeah, 5, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Also, if you were here early, which I don't think anybody was, so my mistake is lost to the ether, except for all the people who watch this before I edit it and upload it to YouTube. You can ignore that you saw a little bit of the old trailer. That's not what we're doing today. I just pressed the wrong button. Anyway, I'm going to pass it over to Grant to tell you what we are doing today.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. We are picking off more or less. We are picking up more or less where we left off. See, I can't speak today. So last time on Spaceball Z, we ended up having a fun time. Kai and the crew managed to catch Wadsworth in kind of a lie of omission. It'll be interesting. There are some people saying that maybe Kai should call him on it. They also flew through a bit of a dark nebula that people decided to gather resources from, and you have some raw goods that are worth building things out of or selling. It's entirely up to you. And then finally, you arrived at your destination, albeit not to the welcoming committee you were hoping for. Instead of friendly, wonderful Trackens, you were met by the Marshals, who appear to be an entirely new faction. They asked to board your ship. They weren't, or at least their boss wasn't exactly polite and interrogated Kai. And
I didn't like that.
and Brick and Airy kind of showed the other two around, and just barely all of you managed to keep not only T0DD from causing havoc, but you also managed to persuade Artie to go into standard robot mode to avoid suspicion. So now that Artie is thankfully no longer having to pretend to act like a
totally normal robot,
you guys have landed on the planet, and immediately after landing, you noticed that a set of shields activated over the landing port. You are here until your job is done. And that job, at the moment, sounds like you have to deal with Starship Thunderous Ascent and her potentially corrupted crew.
Potentially. That's a funny...
You don't know. There's only one confirmed corrupted person on that crew.
Well, I never considered the possibility that the rest of them were also... Wait, has everyone else thought about this? Because I didn't really... Okay.
No, dog.
Okay, glad I'm not the only one.
Of course you have.
Didn't really think about the fact that that's how those shadow things work, because considering it took the route of, I'm just going to murder the other one here.
To be fair, we don't know it.
Yeah.
So, you were told that your harbor master would be meeting you once you departed the ship. You, as of this moment, you have literally just landed. So, let's go ahead and go around, have everyone introduce themselves, their characters, and then jump into where we left off. What you guys are doing immediately after landing.
We have to introduce our characters. Yeah, okay. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing yet. My name is Kai, like I said before, Kypris, and I am our pilot. I am an heirloom human. I am the commander of a team, Dawn's Horizon, and the Dawnbreaker ship. And currently working on growing as a person. After dying. And also having a hard time doing that because that dude was really nasty and I'm mad at him. That's Kai. Eri?
Alright, I am I'm Amanda. I'm playing Erebos, but I go by Eri. I'm the psionic warrior elf of the group. I'm also a security officer for the mission. Right now I'm a little annoyed at the people that came in the ship and just were like, let me look around at all your stuff, and I don't trust them. So I'm kind of just off to the side with my arms crossed, just awaiting for Kai's orders. And this is my best friend Brick.
I'm Brick. I only partially know what's going on, and
Brick and Kai share a brain cell.
yeah. There's that.
I'm sure you share at least 2.
No, I don't know about that.
On a good day, maybe.
I give you mine on a good day.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And leave.
And I'm Kyle, and I'll be playing Leaf, the other elf of the group, a psionic adept hacker, and handler to our growing menagerie of space critters.
To Kai's chagrin.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
And,
regardless of whatever Brick says, I'm the demolitions expert.
I just like blowing stuff up. I'm
I
not
think-
good at it.
Brick's the demolition expert when it comes to demolishing a being.
Yeah.
That's
That's a good point.
Like a living creature. Brick's very
You
good
say
at that.
as the first thing Brick is doing is going down to the artillery room and getting ready his plasma cannon.
Yes.
Oh, can you grab my gun down?
Oh, yeah,
Thank
got
you.
it.
And I, of course, am Grant, your GM.
And I literally play
Every other character
In this game.
And I have many
That's
voices.
cool.
That was a good one.
Okay, so you just landed. Obviously, Brick and Airy are making sure they're strapped and ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the rest of the crew doing?
Requipping really quick. And packing myself not quite to carrying capacity with mostly stim packs
Always a good thing.
and a few other goodies.
Okay. How is the ship's overall supply of stim packs doing, out of curiosity? Because you did
It's
have
actually
a limit.
we have not actually used that many.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. You're good for a while.
I'm
then.
carrying a significant percentage of our total supply on my person,
Hmm.
but not a large percentage, but a non-trivial percentage.
A dog.
Oh yeah,
Good to
that's
know.
Monkey. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh,
That is Monk.
this is the dog we're sitting. So, fun fact.
Puppy.
Oh,
Look at her.
Mr. Kyle, look at the little wolfie.
Oh.
I got
I
it
have
in
a-
Alaska.
Oh, perfect.
I
Cute.
showed them the pika that I got from Alaska yesterday. It's
Please.
very cute. He's far away, and if I move more than like a foot, then I will lose hearing in one headphone, unfortunately.
Okay, no problem.
I'll show him later.
Okay.
I was gonna say something.
Anyway,
Who was talking about what they were doing before the dog?
Leaf was grabbing a whole bunch of stim packs.
Yes.
Yeah, Leaf's currently carrying an assortment that roughly adds up to around 20 stim bags.
Nice. I have a question for you, Grant, because I can't remember how
Yes.
how like was the order like get off the ship immediately and we're gonna talk to you, or we're gonna blow you up, or do we have a few minutes?
You have time. They asked you to meet them at the marshal's office,
Okay.
where they may be able to discuss steps forward.
Okay. I don't want to like leave the ship and go somewhere else first. Like I just I would love to make a quick little phone call to was it Delta that was going after Thunderous Ascent a while ago?
That's a good question.
I would like to give them a phone call, Grant, because I need to talk to them. Because Kai would like to know what happened to that plan. I think
Oh,
it was
that reminds
Yes,
me.
it is. It is Delta Team. Sorry.
But also, yeah, before we leave the ship, I'm definitely going to like dispatch my report to Wadsworth, because
Okay.
yeah, just in case.
You receive a more or less instant red notification. Okay. So Kai, you call up Delta Team, and wouldn't you know it, it's Percy who answers. Dawn's Horizon. Kai, what's going on over there?
Percy, hi. Where are you?
We're in the middle of nowhere scouting out a planetoid. We're pretty sure we found a human life sign where we were going to go pick them up.
What? Were you not? I'm sorry. I may have misheard. Were you not
We tracked
told?
Thunderous.
Yeah.
We tracked Thunderous Ascent to a planetoid. There is a single human life sign down there. We're going to go try and pick them up. We're taking precautions. Wad's the admiral sent us some sort of schematic from a device that one of your crew shared with us, some sort of psionic nullifying thing. We're taking a couple of those with us to keep us safe. But yeah, there's someone down there. We're gonna go pick them up.
If it's Rima, disengage.
Don't do that. Hey, wait, hold on a second. I'm just Percy, I'm just very confused because I thought you were told to go find the ship.
We're hoping whoever's down there might be able to give us some hints.
Well, guess what? I can give you a pretty big hint. We found it. It did try to attack a colony, and we're here now. And I just barely missed being arrested, but we're basically arrested. I can't move the ship now. And so that's a problem.
What you're saying is you need backup.
No, I don't need backup yet. I was just a little confused about what happened. I want to make sure you guys are okay. Glad you're okay. I would very highly caution against picking up whoever's on the planet. I would say drop supplies and make sure they can survive on their own for a little while, because there's a good chance they are possessed and they're going to kill you.
Percy turns away and just says, hey, Green, can you give me, what was the IFF on that person again? And he hears someone say something indistinct. Do you have any idea what the state of Alpha Team's leader was, Frank? Because that's the IFF we're picking up down there.
Wait, you're picking up a live signal?
Frank's not dead.
Lobotomy doesn't mean dead.
All right. Okay. If it's
I was trying to figure out how to make that joke.
If it's okay. I can't explain how I know this, but Frank
That's never a good sign, Kai, but
yeah,
okay.
I know, it's fine. We'll talk later. Frank's fine to pick up, probably. Frank is not doing well.
Can you give me any more than that?
I'm pretty sure he was mind wiped by Rima. So, good luck with that.
So I hope you brought diapers.
I put the phone down. I do the I'm on the phone and I do this thing and I'm like, hold on. And I go, Leaf, that is insensitive. Sorry about that.
Okay. All right, we will we'll take care of him. We should be on our way to you within a day.
Sick. When you approach, please do it gently because these people hate us now, so that's fun.
Well, we'll coordinate things with Beta Team. We'll show up at the same time.
Can I? Kai. We've
Hold
just
on,
kind of like
yeah.
is waving at you. Make sure to tell them to turn off their weapons before they come in, so they don't get shot out of the sky.
Yeah, and turn off your weapons before you come in, please. They won't shoot at you, but they will get very upset if your weapons are on.
And they'll want to board.
Then they'll want to board. Just let them do it. The guy's an asshole, but
hide
like
anything
he
first.
won't kill you, so you know. But also hide anything that's like, you know,
Sensitive.
you get it.
That's like half of your crew.
Uh-huh.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah.
We'll let you know when we're getting close.
Sounds good. All right. Let me
Hey,
know
Captain.
if there are any changes.
Be careful down there, all right?
You too. Bye.
Over and out.
Kai just goes, bye. That's our sign off. Bye. Hangs up. And then I turn to the rest of the team and I'm like, sick. Okay. For a second I was like, oh wow, we got really lucky. Rima's still on the planet. Thunder's Descent got away. Weird that they would shoot at somebody, but whatever. No. We didn't get that lucky. We're never lucky. I guess we should go see the Marshal. Opinions?
Yep.
What?
We're following you, Kai.
I'm
Do
sorry.
I get to come along and continue to practice my acting and act like a normal robot?
Oh my gosh.
You can do that with Thaddeus.
You should finish those cookies.
Yes.
Ooh,
You
permission granted to finish cookies. I'm on it.
I appreciate the dedication to your new craft. However, the acting guild is on strike right now, and therefore you cannot be acting. I'm so sorry, Artie. So you have to stay here. We stand with SAG after on this channel.
Okay. I'll be in my red day.
Don't be a union buster.
And the medbay door closes, and you hear the sound of robotic crying in the other room.
I love inserting current events to our own time into a series that takes place hundreds of years into the future. It's very
History
fun.
repeats itself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Thaddeus is saying something about being a one-man union of his own somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Anakin, Luke.
Do
Yes, we have 2 doggos, but only one is.
I
one is-
let Thaddeus borrow my entire collection of Ruby Roo DVDs.
He is totally working his way through them. Okay.
And a DVD player, because those are a little ancient and hard to find.
So, you do have 3 other people you could potentially take with you. There is, of course,
This is like-
Satsi, who's probably not going to take no for an answer and going to come with you regardless. There's also Zen, and there's Cordem.
Well,
Do you want to take either one of them with you?
No offense to anyone else on this ship, besides you, Sachi. I think they would just die.
you were. Oh, okay, I was going to say, Brick
Zen
wasn't with
kind of
us.
gives you...
I look at Brick and then I'm like, oh, right, you weren't with us. Zen saved
Zen's
our
just kind
lives
of
multiple
chuckling
times.
in a corner.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just shaking his head as if saying, oh, if only you knew.
No, he's useful. I say out loud and then like
Rick,
look at him and be
you
like,
were
I mean like
you were
for a lot of
sparring with
reasons.
Zen yesterday.
I was?
He did hit you on the head a little hard.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay, Brady.
again, sorry about that. I
Oh.
do get a little carried away sometimes.
Oh.
I didn't know it was that hard of a hit.
Krav Maga, you take no prisoners with that one.
Cordem, how good are you with diplomacy?
He's still alive.
I mean, well enough. I managed to not get killed by my previous captain when I disagreed with him.
That's fair. Do you have any beef with this colony the way you do with Trackens?
I, for the record, do not personally have a beef with Trackens. I merely do not wish to exacerbate long-standing problems. However, the Marshals are probably a group I should steer clear of, at least for the time being.
That's fair. We did break you out of prison. We also broke you out of prison. I looked to Satsi. And I'm like, but...
Satsi grabs her now well-used notebook and just scribbles out, not for legitimate reasons.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah.
And then she glances at Cordem and just writes in very small print with an arrow pointing at him. Same with him.
Yeah. All right. Zen, Satsi, shall we?
All right. Zen grabs. He doesn't go fully armed like Brick and Airy do. He actually just grabs like a sidearm and that's it.
Yeah, what am I
He seems to
bringing?
be.
I'm gonna decide. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, and Satsi, you notice Satsi runs back to her room and comes back, and you're noticing she's slowly tucking the dual war fans that she pulled out of the dungeon into her bag,
Very cool.
just in case.
Just for
think-
the record, Brick is not blatantly carrying around a giant plasma cannon, carrying the container, like the like the military box that it comes in, and it's just got it like slung over his shoulder.
That's good. I like that.
Okay. Do you have the Warhammer?
Oh,
Gonna crack some skulls,
The-
buddy.
that's
The
a big
black-
Bring the Warhammer.
The Black Neutronite Warhammer.
It's freaking heavy, man.
Can you even?
Yeah,
like-
but it looks so cool, Brick.
it's very intimidating, which could come in handy.
Would I be encumbered if I brought both? Like I can carry the weight physically, but
You should be able to. Yeah.
legit question. Okay, then yeah, I'll take it.
Strong
I mean,
boy.
if anything, the case for the weapon probably takes up one hand. You can drop that as a free action,
Okay.
if you need to.
Then yeah, I've got that. And my rifle and the plasma cannon. And
Okay.
Am I
Oh,
crazy, or
that's
do
built
I
into my armor.
have a sword now?
Yes,
Oh,
you
Oh,
picked
that's
it
right.
up.
Nice.
I don't have
Also-
stats for that, of course, because why would I?
I gave
didn't
you
prepare for
stats
this.
at one point.
I-
we will discuss this whenever combat ends up being an actual well, it's always an actual possibility
mean-
with this party, but
I don't think-
whenever we end up in combat.
Yeah, I don't
Nice.
think I'm gonna just bring a sword. That seems like a little bit overkill. I'm gonna bring my laser pistol.
Okay,
I'm a-
can we talk very briefly?
Yeah.
Just about
Well-
like, because these people don't know us, right? Like, this is first contact. Why not just like, and we've started drawing on his recent skills in which one was it? Tactics and philosophy. To be like, what if we just convince them that like carrying weapons is just like normal for us, like like the anachronistic ones, because that would excuse the neutronite hammer, the sword, the fans, like all the stuff we want to carry. Just be like,
Yeah.
like weapons. What do you mean? It's a tool.
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes use it to take people's heads off, but it's a tool.
Solid point.
but it is normal for us.
Yeah, it's not.
See,
It's not really a lie.
I didn't say it was.
I just don't. I mean,
I just said we had to be convincing about it.
I still don't. They didn't really take nicely to the fact that we had weapons armed before.
Well, they didn't take nicely to the fact that we jumped into their system with all of our weapon systems active.
I mean, I don't shut up.
Immediately after the last ship that jumped in shot at them. I feel like that's different.
Well, so now if
We
we
also-
jump off the ship and we're just loaded
Hey, no, no.
down.
But they've established that, well, yeah, but they brought us here to deal with a threat.
Exactly.
Brick sets the cannon down.
No, it's okay. Take it back. Take it with
Brick
you.
picks it up.
Maybe we just lean out and be like, hey, do you want us to like bring our stuff with us, or are we coming back to the ship?
We're gonna come back to the ship eventually.
Oh, well then
We're
just
not
carry all of
walking
our,
into
like...
Thunderous Ascent right now. Are you kidding me? No.
Well, we're, oh,
Oh, okay, yeah,
No!
Brick, maybe leave the crate.
Oh my god, no. Listen, I died once already. I don't want to do it again yet. Jesus.
Brick's still bringing
Hand
the
weapons
Warhammer.
then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all can.
I mean,
so
I'm not.
glad I
I
can
don't carry
summon my
weapons. So.
I'm so glad.
Zen is. You also notice Zen has taken off his uniform jacket and is just in like the t-shirt that's underneath it, and he's handing out ponchos and hats to everybody and says, "It's hot as blazes out there. You'll want these."
oh,
It's hot.
He taps. He
I take
taps
off
a,
my jacket and I leave it on my pilot's chair.
Yes, he taps a button like the environmental controls, and it shows an external temperature of, oh god, Celsius, 35 degrees Celsius.
That's too hot, Grant. No,
Grant,
no.
That is 6 degrees cooler than it is outside right now, outside my window.
That's 95 degrees.
What random question, Grant?
And Zen points out, we are in the shade underneath what appears to be some sort of force field that is blocking some of the energy. It's hotter.
Grant,
out
I
there.
wasn't talking about in the game. It
I
is
know.
104 outside my window right
I am
now.
100%
You are
aware
hurting
of
my
this right
soul.
now.
Arizona,
we're at
baby.
114, man. It's not fun.
It's fine here. It's a little warm. I don't have AC.
Thanks, Vicky.
So-
Thanks for.
I don't have AC.
Yeah,
Fair.
Leaf
My
has
house
ditched
is
his like
warmer.
official uniform for his flowing robes.
Ooh, rad.
Hmm.
Random question, Grant. Because my suit does have an environmental seal for like spacewalks. Does that aid in
Do you have your own
like? Because
air
if it
conditioning
wouldn't,
unit?
For a time,
okay.
until it runs out of juice, which is not as long as a spacesuit. Spacesuit, I think, goes 8 hours. You might have 2.
Understood. Okay.
I'm just gonna grab a little sunscreen pill because that's definitely a thing that exists now. Pop that, and take a hat. Is it a good hat at least? I don't like.
It's your choice. I'm assuming all of
Kai
you
doesn't
came
like hats. No,
with-
I just tie my hair up into a bun on top of my head, and I'm like, all right, let's go.
Zen shrugs and hands out everybody else's hats. Yeah, yeah, okay. All right, you hit the button to open the gangway down to the surface, and yeah, as you step off the Dawnbreaker, a small humanoid approaches you. They wear a set of dirty overalls and a small cap that rests over one long, pointed, fluffy ear. And every bit of them you can see is covered in fine, tawny fur. As they approach you, they grin broadly, revealing dozens of pointy teeth. Well, hiya, strangers. Fancy seeing your species in a ship of your own and not in cages.
Oh,
What can I
God.
do for you?
Remain calm.
Cages?
Yeah, it's unusual for me.
Oh, hi. By the way, I forgot to introduce myself. How terribly rude of me. I'm Harbor Master Miko. I'm going to be taking care of your ship while you're out and about and doing stuff. Just so you know, there is a small charge for staying here. It's a per day charge, about 20 Freeport credits. Just so you're aware.
I turn back to the team and I go, how much is that? How much money do we
That's
have?
A lot.
enough.
I'm sure there are plenty of jobs that you could take if you wanted to. All sorts of opportunities to make additional credits.
How long do we plan to be here?
I would like to be here till tomorrow, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
I hand him 50 credits.
No. When do we pay? I stop you.
What?
No. When do we pay? At the end when we pick up the ship?
Yes, you are more than welcome to pay once you collect your ship.
Great.
At which point, once
gonna need
payment has been
those.
processed, we will deactivate the force fields. Assuming I have Marshal Demora's permission. Of
course. Oh, that's fun. It's kind of like-
She can be fairly strict about this sort of thing.
That's really fun. I like that because you guys did say that you weren't gonna impound our ship, but it does seem like that's what you're doing.
Seems there was a miscommunication. I'll have to get on the horn with Marshal Demora later.
What did Small and Fuzzy say that their name was?
I'm Miko.
Miko.
Miko?
Harbor Master Miko, if you really need. I mean, what are titles among friends?
I do so hope we'll be friends.
I don't like this guy.
Co-workers, thank you.
I love this guy.
My name is Kypris. I am the captain of this vessel, I suppose. When our sweet wonder, the weasel, is not captain of the vessel.
Oh, pray tell, what is a weasel?
Don't worry about it. What are you? So you're just gonna? It's just parking fee, right? You're not gonna do anything.
Not unless you ask me to. I can, of course, repair any battle damage you may have incurred. There are also, of course, they glance at the ship and say, there are some improvements I could always make for a fee, of course.
We'll definitely need to talk later.
Yeah, I'll get
Although I
back to
do
you
believe
on
we're
that.
keeping the marshal waiting.
Yeah, we have to go talk to the marshal. You want to point us in that vicinity?
Oh, of course. I just happen to have some of these, well, they're very old brochures, but they whip out this ancient looking brochure from a pocket and hand it to you, and it has a map that I sent to all of you.
It crumbles in my hands. No, I'm kidding.
A corner does, and it shows the layout roughly of the settlement, and they point to a place that looks a little bit north of where you are at the starport, and they say, just follow some of the roads and you'll be able to get to the marshal's office. Other points of interest, if you are interested, of course, there are a few shops in the area in the main square. There's also the magistrate's office, palace, whatever you want. Just don't mess with the magistrate and you'll be fine. You won't end up like your friends, most likely. Anyway,
wait, I'm sorry. No, back up. Like our friends, huh? Say that one more. Run that one more again.
Well, I mean, you'll find out eventually, I suppose. I've seen your species here before. Most people who've had the misfortune of running into the slavers around here have seen them, at least in passing. Yeah, they point to another area in the northwest of the town and say, that's the slavers market. You'll want to keep clear of that.
Oh, you guys still do slavery here. That's cool. We got rid of that a long time ago.
Yeah, well...
We should work on that.
Ask the marshal about it. Just saying. They glance at some very obviously placed cameras around the facility and say, so definitely go visit the marshal, and I'm sure they'll answer all of your questions.
All right, thank you for the information.
Blink if you need
so much
help.
for your time.
That
looks like a blink to me.
They blink a lot.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
He's dead. Let's go.
We'll talk later.
I hand the harbor master 10 Freeport credits and a pool doodle.
Okay.
I think it's bigger than he is.
What? Is this one of those things that Kimran is selling? They sold like wildfire. Thank you. This ought to be good for several days.
You can whack people with them.
I'm suddenly so very desperately curious.
What is he
doing? So I guess you start walking toward the marshal's office.
I guess.
Yep.
I don't like this place.
Yeah.
Bad vibes.
Bad vibes.
Brick is staring anyone and everyone down that is looking at us, by the way.
Is anyone
Leaf is
looking at
waving.
us?
Well, you are. I'm going to assume you're kind of walking through the streets of this place. They're a little dusty. It's hot. It's dry, but
sounds like
believe it or not, there's kind of only a lot more shade cloth. All of these streets, as narrow as they are in places, they all have just lengths of shade cloth running over them for the most part, and it seems to be pretty well maintained. If anything, the temperature barely rises when you leave the starport. Most people, they're a little unnerved by the fact that Brick is staring them down every time they make eye contact with them. But for the most part, you're just getting curious glances every once in a while. Some of them seem to be wondering what you guys are and why you are here.
And what do these people look like? Like what species?
There are a lot of them. There are very obviously Trakens, like Satsi. A lot of them are dressed a little bit more modernly than Satsi and the Path of Light seem to be. And you know, there are Jannar hanging around. There are more of the little guys that you just met. You quickly learn from Satsi that their common name is Ipsy. They apparently have a much longer name that she doesn't want to share with you. There are more people who look like the head marshal does. These big, almost crocodilian, massively strong reptilian creatures. There are some things that look roughly like human variant elves. Only they're a little taller, a little more lanky, and they have very large eyes and ears that seem to articulate when they hear things. And there are, of course, a few Kedasin around, commonly known among this party as bird tars. And they're
Bird tars.
and a few others you don't quite place because it's a busy street. You can't look at everybody, but those are the ones that you generally kind of recognize. And yeah, it's you make your way through the streets, and eventually you do find yourselves in what appears to open up into a large square. And in this square, there are a couple of fairly well-appointed shops. They seem to have nice windows, they have signs, they have generous shade cloth out front. They are obviously showing off their wares. Opposite you, where you are entering, there is a very business-looking squat building, and behind it you see a landed starship that you recognize from its encounter with you earlier. And to the right of that is a fairly high wall and what appears to be the tip of a tower sticking above it, and you can swear you hear the sound of running water on the other side of that wall. And now, from what the harbor master told you, the building straight ahead is the marshal's office.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go into the. Actually, while we walk, can I do a little spot check to see if, because Miko pointed out that there were like cameras everywhere on the starport. Is that a thing that I'm noticing in town as well?
Make a spot check. Go for it.
I will. It was not good, so I probably don't notice it, even if they're there. Let me give you a number, though. That's a 7. Unless they're the most obvious security cameras in the world.
I mean, I'll give you some security stuff. There are a couple of very obvious guards outside of the walled building, who are very, very much sizing you guys up as you walk into the square. You also notice that the square doesn't have quite as many people in it. It could be the lack of shade cloth, but anyone here seems to be pretty well appointed, well taken care of. They seem to be dressed a little bit better than some of the people you saw on your way.
And question for you, Grant, because I can't remember from the last stream. We don't know if this is a coalition associated planet, do we?
As far as you're aware, no.
Okay, I am wearing the
We're
multi-tool.
reasonably confident it's not, I believe.
Yeah, I'm wearing the multi-tool, so.
Are you now? Okay.
I am, yeah. I just wanted, for context,
I'm
if
wearing
anyone
my
would react
multi-tool,
to
but that's a very different thing.
What'd you say?
I said I'm wearing my multi-tool, but that's a very different thing.
Okay. If anything, maybe Kai, you might notice. No, you rolled a 7. What did Ari get, out of curiosity?
20.
Okay.
I also rolled a nat 20.
Hey.
Yes, both of you notice that there are slightly more subtly hidden cameras all around this place. There are some trees that are actually not trees. You also notice...
Bastards.
You also notice that some of the people kind of hanging around the entrance to this place, they're not patrons of business or anything. These guys are packing. And one of them, you notice with a roll that good, one of them kind of gestures at the thing that's latched onto Kai's arm, mutters something to his buddy, and his buddy hurries off in the direction of what appears to be a fancy cantina.
Kai, I would hide your tool. He would just kind of like nudge you and say that.
Okay. I originally said that we shouldn't have weapons.
I
and then
meant
y'all
the
were
sword.
like, we're packing. And then. Okay.
I meant the sword. Brick left the plasma cannon.
Yeah.
All right.
And this thing scares me more.
I put it away, I guess. I think that's a bad idea, but.
No, just keep your eyes peeled, that's all.
It's fine. I put it away.
I mean, Zen is also visibly armed. He's just not armed.
I think everybody's packing. I think at this point they've seen it. You might as well leave it on.
No, I
Yeah.
put it away.
I just don't want anyone to.
It's in
get
my backpack.
Fuck them up. I'm in a punchy mood.
Okay, so I assume you go into the marshal's office, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so the lobby it's a welcome refuge from the blazing hellscape that it is outside. There is a reception desk shortly in front of you. There is a small waiting area with like 4 or 5 chairs. There is another Ipsy sitting at the thing, kind of watching a hollow terminal with their little paws up on the table as they lean back in the chair. They kind of look up at you. They've got mottled ginger and gray fur puffing out of what appears to be a marshal's uniform of their size, and they just glance all of you over and kind of jerk a paw over their shoulder and say, The head marshal's office is the first door down the hall to your left. Past the cells.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, and they tap a safe behind them, and as they twirl around their chair. I'll ask that you leave any weapons in here during your visit. You'll get them as soon as you leave.
They can't take mine. Sorry.
Do you say that aloud?
No, I didn't. I was messing around.
Ari doesn't
not
share
that
the one
stupid.
brain cell. Yeah. It's not stupid. Okay, I take the multi-tool back out. No, I don't.
No. Yeah.
I leave it in my backpack, and I'll leave the backpack there. No, y'all are very concerned about the multi-tool, so I'm gonna leave it here. And I really hope it doesn't get stolen.
They do check your backpack and do take the multi-tool.
No,
and
I just said I'm leaving the backpack there.
You're leaving the backpack? Okay.
Yes, but I'm leaving the multi-tool in the backpack because I don't want a random person walking by and saying, I'd like this. I also leave the laser pistol in the backpack. I put it in the backpack. I leave it all there.
Okay.
I do have my survival knife in my boot, and no one needs to know that.
They look you over and just point at your boot where there is a very slight bulge where the survival knife is, and say,
not.
I will need that.
Grant, that's so unfair. That's the whole point of a little knife is so it's concealable.
Roll a sleight of hand check if you want to contest this. Go for it.
Yeah, I do. That's the whole point of the
tell
knife.
you what their spot check was.
What is this, sleight of hand?
Mm-hmm.
I have to find. It's an 11.
I'm assuming they take my daggers too, then.
Oh yes, they
Damn.
do.
Okay.
Drops the very heavy hammer on the table.
I feel like we're just
The marshal kind of glances at it after hearing the resounding
not the marshal.
thud, and is like, I'll just leave that there for the moment.
That's not the marshal, right?
This is
one
also
of
a
them.
marshal.
This is also a marshal. They seem to be like a junior marshal.
Oh, they're all okay.
It's the marshal's office.
I mean, I guess. I thought there was one dude that was called the marshal, but okay.
You dealt with Head Marshal Demora.
Okay.
What was
Well,
that
I rolled
sleight
an
of hand
11, so.
check? They rolled upwards of a 20.
Okay.
So I will also need that.
Need what? My shoes?
The knife that's in your shoes.
Is there a knife in my shoe? Oh shit, look at that. I forgot that was there. I haven't used this in 4 missions, so yeah, you can take it. I don't even need it back. I have a hot knife back on the ship.
They turn around to the rest of you and just hold up their hands and say, please tell me I don't have to pat any of you down.
As much as I'd love that.
They look visibly uncomfortable, but okay.
Leaf pulls out his tiny little button knife. And 9 high explosive darts and hands them over.
They take the knife and it's just like, and then they take the darts and are like, oh. and
I wouldn't drop those.
Okay, everything that they can physically carry, they put into the safe and close it and lock it. The neutronide hammer, they just kind of shove out of the way of their hollow screen.
And I do hand them the air rifle, even though I don't actually think I have. Oh no, okay, I hand them the air rifle.
Okay, that gets locked up too.
I also forgot I hand them about 15 grenades, a knife, my hat. Oh, another knife. I have 2 knives.
So if I had said
else?
nothing, Grant, would I have been able to keep the knife? Because Brick was about to keep all of that.
And Brick does leave his gauntlets on, but
Let's see if they recognize what those are. Nope, they do not.
God.
Yeah. It's okay, you got your weapons here, guys. I don't say that.
Good.
Now what? Oh, that's so good.
They were too focused on the 2-inch long knife that's stuck in my pocket.
Yes. Okay, so once the safe is locked, they point you to the door, and you pass by the cells. There are a couple of occupants. One looks like a kind of a raggedy trader who's just kind of pacing back and forth and kind of glances up at you. The other, kind of long, kind of lanky, they seem to be just reclining on their bunk. They have this cap kind of drawn over their face, but you do notice them push it up and just glance in your direction. And you're at the head marshal's door.
Knock, knock.
Enter.
We enter.
They are... Well, first off, the office is pretty cluttered. There are databank towers, shelves with references all over them, a holographic map on one wall, a cluttered desk, and Marshal Demora is currently leaning back with their heels on that desk, but they straighten as you enter. Do you try to say anything?
Yep.
They wait for all of you to enter, hold up one clawed finger, and then reach under the desk and seem to press a button. The door closes behind you, and you notice that the window behind them, which seems to look toward the building with the wall around it, a bunch of shutters close on that. And as you watch, around the door and around the shutters, just this light blue field appears.
Wow, what are your plans for us? I hate that.
Apologies for the precautions.
What are you
But
gonna
I think we'd all
you want to
prefer not
torture
to have
us
eavesdroppers.
when no one can see?
No. I intend to speak to you entirely honestly without having to posture like I did on your ship. Please, take a seat.
I mean,
Are
that's
there enough
kinda
seats?
cool.
They
Or are we
indicate
gonna
a
sit on each
collection
other's
of-
laps?
Oh, cute.
They indicate a set of folding chairs and stools that are kind of haphazardly leaned against one wall.
Sure. We all grab
He just leans on the wall.
a thing.
I sit on the floor,
I'll take a seat.
cross-legged.
Okay. Demora doesn't seem to care. And after you are all seated, they kind of just lean forward, clasp their claws together, and say, "Let's talk. It seems we both have some problems. If it were up to me,
Understatement.
if it were up to me, I wouldn't have gone through all the bluster. You have a problem, and frankly, I would be more than happy to just let you go deal with it.
Then
But I am in my own situation where I have to act in a way that is not always according with the proper procedures of the marshals."
What?
Politics, Brick. He's talking
Oh.
about politics.
Excuse me?
is he?
Demora looks at you and says, "He?"
She. Sorry.
No, they.
What?
Right?
To be fair, the harbor master did refer to them as she.
Demora just kind of
Give me
has
the Grant. What are the pronouns, please?
she.
Oh, okay.
She.
Demora just kind of gets this toothy grin and
Takes
says,
out a note and writes it down.
just gets this kind of toothy grin and says, "I'm messing with you, you're fine. I assume you saw the palace on your way in.
Oh, yes.
I make one mistake and the magistrate has me and the rest of the marshals out of here. He's got his own security force, he doesn't give a shit. We're the only thing keeping this place from going to slavers, going to bandits, generally giving in to all of the vices that the underworld has to offer."
So you guys decided the best way to do that is to just have a security state and also still have slavery? Seems like a bad
If
way to
it
do
were
it.
up to me, they wouldn't be here. But between keeping the magistrate's goons at bay and maintaining what little law and order we can, I don't have the ability to just go in and start knocking heads.
Well, we can do that.
Can I do a sense moto check on this dude?
Go for it.
That's a good idea.
12.
Oh, I thought it was.
They are being entirely honest with you.
It is 2, but I have +2. Okay.
I mean, we could knock heads very easily.
Yeah.
We're very good at that, actually.
I appreciate that. But you're going to have to find a way to do it in a way where I don't have to come down on top of you in order to do it.
I mean, basically, we just killed the magistrate, right? Like, that solves all the problems.
Easy, we just.
I love getting rid of
Leaf is visibly
dictators.
rolling his eyes.
As much as I would relish watching the magistrates perish in 1,000 different ways. You get me dirt on the magistrate, they don't come back, and their ilk stays out of here forever.
And then they just get a new magistrate.
Also, you help me deal with the magistrate, I can help you deal with everything else.
That's not it. Okay, listen. I feel like Zen will also have something to say about this. We, and I gesture to Zen. We've dealt with ridding dictators of power before, and it's usually not as easy as just like kicking off the one guy, especially not with just like a little bit of blackmail. I don't think it's gonna go the way you want it to go. You kick one out, a new one comes up. You gotta kind of rid the system.
The other part of the plan was to find someone else to replace them. There are people throughout the colony. If you meet them, you may find people who could be useful.
Speaking of, Leaf looks at Kai for permission to butt in.
You have never asked Kyle, don't even joke that Leaf has ever asked Kai for permission to do anything
he
ever.
Hasn't, but he is now, because Leaf's putting on a show.
I'm assuming Kai looks very confused for a moment.
Yeah, Yeah?
Leaf turns back. Speaking of, how may we be of assistance?
Gather evidence on the magistrate any way you can. I can give you pointers. I can't exactly tell you what to do.
The ship that flew in and shot up.
You help me with this. I will be able to provide you with some support.
Can you provide us with some information first?
Of course, I will provide as much as I can.
Why can't we just kill him? Wouldn't that just solve everything?
I can't call on martial reinforcements to capture the figurehead of a criminal syndicate if they're dead.
Yeah,
I mean,
that does tend to put a damper in that.
There's also the issue of the power vacuum that is created in the whole. Again, we've gone
Whenever
through
just kill those
this.
guys, it's fine. Right?
Dirt on the magistrate.
I think we have to dial back our violence.
Where would you recommend we start?
Not. I turned to you guys. Not always, for sure. Just this time.
Listen, I would love to watch you wreck the slavers, and get all those people out of there.
I'll wreck the slaves, all right, buddy.
The slave. Free the slave.
I think y'all are doing a good enough job of that already.
I would love to watch you guys mop the floor with the magistrate and his goons. However, that kind of chaos would send this settlement in a direction that would not be good for anyone else. And they are very much the minority. The minority with more weapons, but the minority.
That's usually how it works.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, like, what? We just get dirt and he doesn't like it or something? Or what's going on?
You get dirt, you bring it to me, I send it to my bosses, they send a few more ships.
Great.
Explain, Rick. I'll explain later.
Who is this guy? Name?
Hang on, I have to look it up now. Magistrate. I don't want to give you the full name. It's like 10 names.
That's okay.
What do people call him?
Magistrate Azra Kilm.
Azra Kilm? Like, that you put pottery in? That's an N.
I am not a potter.
I don't think anyone's a potter. I don't think that's the term. Kiln is K-I-L-N. Is it like N like Nancy?
K-I-L-M as in Mike.
Mike.
Ilma.
Ezra Kilm, Mike. That's their name. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll stop being a piece of shit.
Is there like, so you said dirt. Clearly, given how we jumped into the system, we are not familiar with your local laws. Can I get a list of those?
Don't kill anyone, don't steal anything.
So that's it.
And don't get caught. That's essentially the basics.
So you need the magistrate to get caught killing or stealing.
Or doing things that are...
Wait, so the idea is that the problem is that all of these the slave trade and the bandits and all that stuff, the magistrate has a hand in all of that, but there's no proof. That's what you want proof of all that.
Exactly. And
walk outside. There's cameras outside watching people.
Yeah.
Probably is.
Whose cameras are those?
The magistrates.
The magistrates. I do not have access to them.
Would you like access?
And
to
I
them?
wouldn't want access to them to begin with. That's not what the marshals are about.
Good.
I would recommend looking into the slavers, looking into the bandits, and maybe they jerk a claw over their shoulder in the direction of the building that you saw outside the window, and maybe finding a way in there to see if you can get the mother lode, because I'm willing to bet that slimy bastard has something in there.
I mean, it sounds pretty easy.
It will require a degree of stealth and tact, I suspect. Although there's only so much you can employ when it comes to the slavers, or bandits for that matter.
Alright.
I would look into finding allies. See if there's anyone in the colony who may be willing to help you. I would start with Etza.
And now,
With Etza?
Etza?
Etza, owner of the... Sorry, give me a sec. What is it? Owner of Cragspeak Cantina over in the bazaar.
Cragspeak?
Mm-hmm.
What's a fun name?
Also someone... It's got quite the skull mounted on that wall.
Oh, what's the city policy on pets? Animals. We have companions?
We don't have to.
You
I
saw
turned to
them.
Leaf and I'm like, we're not bringing them.
I just want to
So
bring one.
long as they don't eat anyone unprovoked, you should be okay. We're raising hands now, yes?
Sorry, we do this on the ship sometimes.
He does that. Don't mind him.
Give me a moment. So let's say hypothetically, is that right? Yeah.
Okay.
Someone tried to, I don't know, make us a slave. Can I beat the shit out of them? Is that allowed?
You are allowed to defend yourselves if attacked.
Okay.
Nobody's letting you be a slave on my watch.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Leaf is now just Leaf is grimacing, trying to picture Brick as a slave, and is like struggling not to laugh at just the horror show that would befall whoever attempted this.
Causing the revolt without realizing it.
Because Brick would totally just be like, "These are great people. I'm just helping them."
I mean, yeah, they're cool, man. Huh.
Well, inadvertently tearing down their entire society.
Look, Jim, sorry about the mess.
We still won for cards next week. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. We will check out Etza. Now, we don't. I know that we have a mutual, like, I need something from you, you need something from us kind of thing, but it seems like you need a lot more from us than we need from you because we need our ship back, which, fair, but you need us to deal with the people who almost killed you, who we are most qualified to deal with, as well as some people who, we don't even have any involvement in. So I think we can throw in another little thing, if that's okay with you. I heard that Starport, which you told me was not an impound, but sure as hell seems like one, is going to charge me 20 Freeport credits a day to keep our ship there, and I would love it if you could cut that down a little bit. Or cover it.
I will
something to
speak
budget
with
for
the
that.
harbor master and tell him to stop extorting people who might fix our problems.
Excellent. Much appreciated. Also, if Miko's
I
in
would
trouble,
still suggest
that's...
everyone's in trouble in this town.
All right. Well,
So,
I don't like this place.
it reminds me too much of home.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
God, we all kind of came from bad home lives, huh?
I mean, there's a reason we went on a ship for eons. Like, I don't know about you guys.
That's why I want to crack some skulls.
Yeah,
no one
that's
is a slave.
Well, I've certainly found the right people for the job.
Yeah.
It seems.
We're passionate.
Hate dictators. You found very specific people for this job.
Yep.
It's good. It's very good.
You just gotta tell us they're aligned with entities, and Rick's gonna kick the shit out of one.
So, to this magistrate,
I have an
how
entity.
is he with animals?
How
Sorry.
are they with animals?
Nice to them, cruel.
They like eating them?
Oh,
The more exotic, the better.
if they saw a cat,
Yeah,
they-
that
wait,
sounds-
you don't know what that is. If they
Do you know
It's
what
okay,
that
Rick.
they
It's-
saw, okay,
It's all right.
Okay,
all right.
I think we've heard all we need to know.
Yeah.
And now Leaf
Obsessed.
has motivation.
Obsessed
Okay.
that the thing that gets Leaf is, again, not the fact that he's a dictator, not the fact that he's running a slave trade, not the fact that he's endorsing bandits, not the fact that he's turned the planet into a security state and no one feels safe anymore, but it's that he likes to eat the exotic animals, which I'm not saying is a good thing either.
I
think
mean,
Rick's
Leaf
got
was
something
conscripted into an eternity of labor on a ship, under penalty of death if he ever returned home. Slave labor is the least of his concerns.
Got a point. But the puppies. That's what's important.
But animals have been kind to Leaf.
Chaotic good? Leaf is definitely chaotic good, yes.
Good? Question mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and before we head off, so now that we're speaking candidly, do you really have no other information about Thunderous Ascent and what is on board there? You gotta have done some scans or something. You gotta have a count for me, a body count, anything. Come on.
Well, let me put it this way. Their shield technology was beyond what we detected with you. We could not get through that except to visually see the technology that was on the outside of the hull. I have no idea what's on board that ship. What's on the outside of it was enough to bring a Marshal's patrol vessel to the brink. And
Yeah.
that's not easy to do.
But like, you've been watching them since they landed, right? Have they done anything?
We have limited surveillance capability. We scan them every time we go up, but what I can tell you is where she is. And they seem to be studying something. We're not sure what it is. They've made some kind of camp in the canyons.
Do you know of anything that's over there?
I know the Traken Enclave has a lot of ties to that spot. You could talk to them.
What?
Rick said Satsi.
Oh, God. And I turned to, yeah, I also turned to Satsi. Just go.
She just looks puzzled for a moment.
Is this trial?
and then
number
just kind of
2?
shrugs and takes out the pencil and notebook and says, I got no idea.
Okay.
Last I checked, that's not where the Enclave is. In a canyon? No.
Great. Well. Okay, I guess
Oh, and where could one go shopping around here?
everywhere. Seems like.
Well, the shops in the main square are, there's Elmara's Fine Goods. The Oasis is the Cantina and Cafe. I would stay away from there because the magistrate spends a lot of time there unless you want to do surveillance. And then there's a place that's rather pretentiously, I might add, named Mesa Peril Arms. Everything's brand new, no secondhand equipment there, but it's expensive. Everything in the square is expensive. If you are looking for things that are a little bit more reasonable, head to the bazaar. It's literally west of the starport.
Cool.
And also,
Leaf
Most
sides
of-
light up.
most of the allies you are likely to find are probably going to be in the bazaar. A lot of people down there have been getting extorted for long enough. They're getting pretty fed up.
How's the food?
If it's
Crags
people
beat
being
Cant-
extorted, it means that it's like the people of the area. The food's gonna be good. The food's gonna be good.
It's hard to beat Crags Beat Cantina.
Crags
That's
Beat
a-
Cantina, noted.
It's a runs a good spot.
All right. I guess
That's all I got.
we'll head out. We have your guarantee. We're not gonna get pulled over by one of your dudes if we have weapons on us, right?
You can trust me. And I'm pretty sure you can trust, hang on, I don't even remember my own marshals.
I mean, like,
You can trust Zadar. I'm pretty sure you can trust Amit. Veshmora, I don't know. He's the other Cayman like me.
That's the one that interrogated us.
No, that was me.
Rip.
it's okay. You only saw her for a second. I was the one who had a full conversation with her.
Yeah, well, Demora, if anything, Demora just kind of looks understanding and says, listen, it's your first time around those who are not your species. You will begin to recognize differences quickly. Please learn quickly. There are people who are going to be a lot less cool about it than I am.
I'm glad
Yep.
Cool has gotten to this star system. Void presence,
Oh,
you
this
can
is gonna be
trust me
fun.
are the 4 most untrustable words in existence.
Oh, and the junior marshal at the front desk, Teeman. They haven't been around long enough to be on either side of this. So,
Demon?
sure, yes, Teeman. Actually, second cousin to Miko, your harbor master.
Teeman's got some sharp eyes, and then some very less sharp eyes. I
Yeah.
point to Brick's gauntlets.
What? Oh, forgot about these.
Well, looks like I will have to educate Teeman on varying new strange devices of utter and complete destruction, it would seem.
Oh, would you like a list?
We can provide that later.
Maybe-
We have places to
Maybe
go.
later.
I'll send one over later.
Great.
As you all start to stand up, they hold up a claw, reach under the desk, press the button again, and as all of the shutters and everything shuts down, they just shout, "And get out of my office before I tear you limb from limb for complaining."
I give her a little wink. I'm like, oh no! Oh, we have to run! Run! Let's go! And I open the door and I'm like, bang.
You're pretty sure you see Head Marshal Demora suppress a chuckle.
I purposefully do it as as obnoxiously and fakely as possible. I'm not acting. I'm not a scab. I'm doing it so bad that it can't be considered acting.
Okay, you start heading back to collect your gear, and you notice a couple of things. First, the merchant who's been crossing back and forth is kind of hanging on to the bars, and they say, "Hey, listen, can you get me out of here? I can
No.
totally.
Sorry, buddy.
And at the
Wait, what'd
from
you-
the other cell.
Wait, you don't even want to know what he did?
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Tell us your story, partner.
Tell me everything.
It's totally. I'm being framed. It's totally being framed. They said I was smuggling firebrand, and I totally wasn't smuggling firebrand. Why would I carry a narcotic of that kind? It practically eats through armor, and it makes people just go insane and do all sorts of things. But they said I had it, and it's just that's why I'm here. And from the cell next door, you hear, "Oh my God, would you make him shut up already?"
So how much of this firebrand did you not have?
He doesn't have it. It's on his ship, which is, well, last I checked, it is impounded, much like yours, I believe.
I don't understand the whole
that
impounding
the-
thing.
who's that talking?
I
It's from the next cell over.
yeah.
It's from the next cell over. And same alien still laying there, just kind of peeking out at you from under a cap that they're covering their face with.
Interesting.
I'm not gonna beg for a release like your friend here.
Well, I mean, I suppose I could be useful to you. They kind of stand up and walk over to the door, and if you weren't sure that humans hadn't made it out this far, you'd think that they were an elf. They were the elf variant. They look very similar. They're tall, they're lanky, but there's some distinct differences. They have a very broad mouth with when they smile, they have sharp teeth, large dark eyes. They have these long ears that seem to twitch in your direction whenever you speak, and they kind of just walk up and place a gray hand on the cell door and say, "Look what the Neiman dragged in today."
Hi.
Big old scaly man. Good to meet you. And what about you, Crystals? What's your
what-
name?
Airy?
And you look like a stiff wind could knock you over. You are exactly who?
Leave.
Hmm.
The wind.
Fitting. And
Entirely.
glancing at because I think not only does Kai's jacket have the gold armband,
I took the
anything
jacket
else
off.
you have your entire uniform. Anything you're wearing has that gold armband.
Okay.
And this person just glances at you and she says, "And you must be the boss."
In theory.
In theory.
Eh,
Technically, our captain's a dog.
Strange,
that's
but
not exactly what I was
really
referring
intriguing.
to, but that'll work.
well, tell me, what brings you to this wonderful and enlightened corner of the universe?
I'm hoping that was
That's a
sarcasm.
story.
I like how
You
we're
wouldn't-
sitting here talking with the dude in a cell.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, if you
I've
get me
met
out
a
of
lot
this
of
cell,
dudes.
I can.
I've met a
If you
lot
get
of
me
dudes
out
in
of
cells
here.
that are chill, so.
That's fair.
Listen. This is very much not the first time I've seen your species, and I
Mostly in zoos.
mostly in zoos, specifically on this planet, specifically being sold to certain third parties that are, shall we say, not kind to the merchandise they pick up.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Are there cameras in this area? Like the ones we've been seeing, I presume?
There seems to be a very rudimentary security system, namely Teeman kind of craning around the corner watching as you guys are talking to the prisoners.
Okay. but there isn't like.
We have
Not-
to assume we're under surveillance of some kind.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, not just the furry kind.
Okay.
Now listen. I'm not an idiot. I can guess that there's probably some connection between you guys and those people. I can tell that the uniforms are kind of similar.
What?
I
No.
was kind. You're terrible at lying, and that's actually kind of adorable. But
What? No.
I was.
Marty, shut up. Let her talk.
I may or may not have been on a job here, and I may or may not have been kind of staking out the area you may be interested in getting into. So, I mean, what do you say?
You
Help a
talking-
girl out.
Are you talking, what area is that exactly?
Oh, come on. The slave market, of course. You're not interested in going and rescuing the couple of friends you still have that I know are there?
Wait,
Come on.
what?
If we were,
Run that back for a second.
there's humans in the slave pens.
Yeah.
But I didn't know they were our humans.
She glances over your uniforms again and just says, "The red is kind of a giveaway. I assume there are jackets that go with that uniform, correct?"
There's 15 of them.
There were 15 of them here. At the moment, there are 3. Well, technically, one of them's not your species. They're kind of synthetic, but there's still 3 of them.
What did they
That's
look like?
interesting.
Well-
Can I do a sensible check?
Yes,
I'm-
go for it.
Yeah.
Trust. Sweet. 17.
23.
Ooh, rad.
She's telling the truth. And she definitely has a motive for going back there. She just hasn't told you exactly what that motive is. All she said is it's a job.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like we have the authority to let you out at the moment.
Well, you can just ask. I'm sure you can work something out with them. And trust me, if you need any help with that particular thing, I mean, there are other ways out of this cell. I just haven't gotten around to trying them yet.
What did they...
Well, in the meantime, can we trust you not to go anywhere?
Oh, she kind of glances over all of you, kind of lingering on both Kai and Ari, and says, "With those 2 around, not a chance."
Oh, I don't do that. Kai doesn't do that.
Come on.
Kai is very controlled with things like this. She just has a just a very quick little, and then just back to something.
You're pretty sure
What?
behind you you hear Zen just kind of snicker, and in the corner, it just in the background past where the cell can see, you're pretty sure it's Satsi doubled over laughing.
How?
Aries.
Everybody's laughing at the fact that somebody might find Ari and I hot commodities. Excuse me. How dare
Aries
you.
visibly confused but slightly blushing.
I don't say that, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, I guess. I asked a question. Love to get an answer. What did they look like?
She kind of glances at Ari and Leaf. Well, one of them looks like those 2. And then the other looks kind of like you, actually. Maybe a little... I don't know how your species ages, maybe a little younger. Like... adolescent becoming mature adult, somewhere in there. I believe the translator is telling me teens.
Okay,
Would
we're just gonna run through
we
his
would know
mental
who's
dossier
on-
of who's missing.
Yeah, we would know.
The youngest member is hang on, let me look them up again. Sorry, give me a sec.
Was it Sam?
No. And I might have changed the name at some point. Oh, god damn it. Where is my thing? There it is. Slave market. Okay, hang on. This is
There's
I need
the
to be better at this
slave
stuff.
market.
There's the slave market. Okay.
Don't take that out of context.
Let's go back.
Somebody
Kim,
goes in the stream right now.
the youngest member to have been taken was Kim, just barely 18.
Okay.
Apparently, and Kai, you would know that about this person. Apparently, a savant of a pilot.
Okay. I would know about
I
that.
mean, yeah, literally anything she touches, she can fly.
Cool. Damn.
How long have they like been there? Do you know? Maybe?
What was the question?
How long have they been in the slave area?
Well, they were here when I got here. That's about all I've got. I mean, I have no idea. When did they go missing?
How long have you been here?
Why? What? Also, why are you here? What were you doing over there?
I was on a job.
Huh?
Would you like to tell us about that job before we take yours?
I'm not giving you a job. I'm offering you help, and I'm not exactly one to kiss and tell.
All right. Well, I'm not one to let out somebody from a jail cell if they don't tell me the information that I want. So.
Okay, fine. Play hard to get, why don't you? Okay,
That's what I'm good at. I'll banter. That's fine.
You could say I am in the same sort of business as the marshals, just my methods are a little bit different.
What?
There may or may not be a bounty out on the head of the slavers, and I was kind of getting ready to cash in on that when someone seems to have tipped someone else off and someone made an excuse to throw me in here.
Fascinating.
Interesting.
Shall we be going?
I do a one moment to what's their name? I'm so sorry. Her name? I forgot. We didn't get it yet.
I don't think we got it.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh, okay.
You did
I
not
go-
ask
I go-
and she did not offer.
Great. I go. One moment. I highly doubt you'll tell me what your actual name is, but what shall I call you?
I'll spare you the entire name.
Everybody
You
seems to
can
have
call
a
me.
long name here.
With my people, it's tradition. Unfortunately, it's there's a reason. I haven't been back to the homeworld. You can call me Carta.
Carta.
And
Is that with a K or
you?
C?
It's what it. I don't know what your alphabet is.
Or Q?
What?
Oh, just okay.
Whatever works best for you, I suppose.
Okay.
And yours?
Kyprus.
Well, Kyprus. I hope to see you again soon.
Well, we weren't leaving just yet. It was kind of just like a one moment. We'll be back in a second, but I guess we can go. Bye.
I've had it happen both ways. She says as you walk away.
What?
I just walk basically out of earshot of the cells, but not close enough to it's a long hallway, right?
It's a longish hallway. As you're walking by, Satsi's just elbowing you the entire time.
Break his elbowing, Harry.
I don't believe you.
What? Nothing? No reason?
Oh wait, we have no, we wouldn't have comms. We can breathe the air here, right?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean,
You totally
Leaf
can.
always has comms, but
True.
Do we have
Leaf
like
does always have
do we have
comms.
like headset kind of comms, like little like AirPods?
You've never invested in them. Leaf has literally built-in circuitry that
Yeah.
allows him to have.
But
comms.
we can't access that. So I just kind of pull y'all aside out of earshot of everybody. I'm intrigued. by the offer?
I like him.
She
Who
kind of
are
scares
you?
me.
Who are you? Says
Not
Zen,
like
kind of
that.
Just...
Does Zen say that?
Yes, it's
I
100% obvious he's teasing you.
I slap him. Not like that.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
I mean,
she has information. I don't
can come
mind someone
back.
that's gonna murder a slaver. I'm super
I
on
was
board with
thinking the
that.
same thing.
Where are
see,
you?
once we have some leverage with the marshals.
Mm-hmm.
And someone with that much bravado, I suspect, has maybe a little bit backing it up.
Maybe they have dirt on the dipstick that's in charge. I forget the name.
Magistrate, what was it? Azra Kilm or something like
Magician who's a what's it?
that. Zen just walks over to the junior marshal, Teeman, and says, hey, listen, do you do anything similar to the concept of bail? Does that translate? Oh, we do, yes. Zen just kind of glances at you guys.
How much for the less talkative one?
Oh, you mean the bounty hunter?
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was 1,000 Freeport credits.
Jesus.
You're
I
welcome
turned
to
down
talk
the
to the
hallway.
head marshal.
I turn down the hallway. I go, Carta, you got any money?
If you're asking to see my ship, I'm not letting you on board yet. We're not there yet.
Listen, okay, you have to chill. I peek around the corner and I go, you have to take a cold shower or something. You gotta chill out.
Touch grass.
She's obviously grinning, having gotten a response out of you, a reaction of any kind out of you, and says, "I do. I can pay you back."
Well, we have to get the money to pay first, so it'd be helpful if you just had
let's
the
go
money and
to
we could go
our,
grab it and then bring it. But okay,
Natural 20 on a sense motive check for that. Does she actually have money?
yeah, that's good.
Yes.
Okay.
And you suspect that 1,000 Freeport credits is nothing.
I like her.
Do we have money? I can't remember if we have money.
I'm looking.
We
I'm
do.
trying to look right now.
Oh,
Or at least- yeah.
Leaf actually personally in his room on the ship has like over 1,000 credits.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
Just in a bag under his bed.
all right.
Did
Um, I turn back to team.
I'm on the ship. It's in your personal life.
Teeman.
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 I turn back
Yeah,
to
Leaf
Teeman.
is currently carrying like Leaf has like 1,200.
I turn back to Teeman and I go, we'll think about it.
Very well. Your weapons are here for you. I assume you're leaving.
Yes. And I grab the weapons and stuff. My weapons, at least. I grab my stuff. Y'all grab
Say
your
hi
stuff.
to Miko if you see him on your way back to your ship.
Will do.
Will do.
We're
I
gonna
shout
text
down
you
the
out.
hallway. See you later, sweetie. Then put a finger up.
Oh, what is that? What is that gesture supposed to mean for your species? Anyway.
Nothing good.
Okay, what do you do?
Leave.
You grab your stuff. You leave? Okay.
I
Okay.
don't want to be within earshot of everybody all the time forever. Although I guess we'll be in a surveillance state anyway, but I still want to get out of here.
Okay.
Get back to the ship.
Before anyone can roll seduction checks. Gotcha. Okay.
What about the can we do a what's the thing?
I'm starting.
God, what did Mikey used to do, Kyle?
What? Roll to see how attractive the alien is?
Yeah.
Oh god, that's... Oh no.
Roll a d10.
No, I don't want to go with that because it was a 2. I don't
I
like
use
that.
one...
That could be
I
Kai's.
use one of my fate points. It is
No!
a 10.
Damn.
That's awesome.
One of my 34 fate points. I will use it.
Okay.
Yes. But look what
Dude.
I just spent it on.
Thank you for making the alien hot, Grant.
Thank you for making her incredibly hot, apparently. That's fun. Interesting. Okay. So
I would like to just reiterate for the record your description of this alien hottie. Sharp teeth, broad-mouthed, elf-looking thing.
Well, we know what Aries into.
What? Oh, if anything, I don't know. She's into me. I don't know, man.
You're blushing in real life.
It's fucking hot, dude.
Yeah, we've established the alien's very hot.
Oh god. Okay. As you
Get
leave
ready.
the magistrate's office, actually, before you can go anywhere, a well-dressed humanoid approaches you. They have bright yellow skin, slit blue eyes, and are followed by a hovering robot that is carrying some sort of shade umbrella. They bow deeply to you. Greetings, newcomers. I am Mil, envoy to His Magnificence, Magistrate Aza Korbalin Vesga Morzen Kilm. You are cordially invited to join His Magnificence for the midday meal, if you would follow me.
Just to be clear,
Before you can even answer, the envoy begins walking toward that cantina that you saw on one side of this square.
We kind of already had lunch plans. We take a rain check.
I don't think we get to say no to this
I
one.
don't think that's a good idea. I'm
What
gonna be
happens
real.
if we say no?
The same thing that
s-
happens to the marshal if they say no?
Zen leans into you, Kai, and says, "The same thing that happens when you get a deal you can't refuse on the docks, Kai."
Yeah, all right. Food better be good. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be some fancy bullshit, but it better be good.
I'll try fancy bullshit once.
It's not gonna be
Okay.
And
Um,
the second time I'll feed it to Wonder.
good. We follow. And actually,
And whoever served it.
Yeah, I follow.
okay.
This is what passes for humor when Leaf's not in a life and death situation.
Rick.
I mainly-
makes a point.
I'm trying to
Going.
decide if we're all kind of packing, but do I want to be packing
Except for Leaf.
specifically the multi-tool? I don't know what kind of message that sends.
I think pulling it out of your bag now sends a much clearer message.
Yeah, but y'all made me put it away.
I just so sketchy.
I told you not to.
I didn't want them
It's
to come
fine.
after you.
It's still in my bag,
Uh,
but I do have the laser pistol on my hip, so.
To be
And the
fair,
knife
Leaf
back
is-
in my shoe, and it's not clear to anyone except for that little guy.
Okay. What was McKenna? What was Brick doing?
Rick is embracing his past and is in the front of everyone, will open the door, step in first, and then hold the door open for everyone else.
Y'all, we getting raided.
Freaking great.
From X35792, raiding with a party of 8. It's an X-raid. Thank you so much. Welcome. We're playing D&D in space. We are about to walk into a lunch meeting with the dictator of a planet who is very scary. And May probably wants to kill us. So, hello everyone. Oh, thank you so much for cheering, Skeptical Sir. D&D in space, exactly. We play a homebrewed version
D&D in
of
space.
D&D in space that Grant has beautifully crafted. So some rules are weird and confusing, but
In space. There we go.
Yeah.
I have
Who are we
powers.
doing? Reverb.
I don't think it works.
I don't think
It
came
did. I
through.
just need to actually crank it.
Okay.
Uh,
Ash of Armageddon, thank you so much for following. Welcome to the arcade. The voice effects for earns a follow. There you
Does the
go.
reverb work now?
Oh god.
Oh my god.
God.
Please turn that off.
yes. Ash of Armageddon, you also haven't met the bestest of boys, our favorite character.
Aw.
His name is Artie. You'll meet him at some point. Don't worry.
He's back on the ship because he's dangerous
Terrifying.
to human life.
Run away.
Dangerous to human life.
Not
He's
as dangerous
to
as his
all
cookies.
life.
Yeah. And Mosnia and X35792, thank you guys so much for joining the arcade and for following. Oh, welcome. All right. So we were just about to walk into a cantina, invited very sternly by
Invited by an offer you cannot refuse. Yes. Brick.
Before
holds the
we
door open.
wander in,
Yes.
while we're still out in the sunlight and it's not going to be quite as obvious that he's doing it, Leaf is going to very surreptitiously activate his interference armor.
Okay.
Which
All
I
right.
will remind the audience is actually completely invisible when he wants it to be.
Okay. Leaf is invisibly armored now. Excellent. All right. The envoy leads you into the cafe, and there is an Ipsy, our furry little alien friend, standing outside the door, and they squeak, "Welcome to the Oasis, friends." Brick holds open the door for everybody, and you're led through a bar and cafe that's filled with the noise of conversations in a dozen languages at least, and the drone of displays on the wall. You draw a few glances from patrons as you pass, but as soon as you enter, you're more or less obscured as the envoy leads you through a curtain of beads into a long hallway. They stop beside a door, knock twice, and a deep voice on the other side answers, "Come in." The envoy opens the door and ushers you in, and on the other side is a magnificent table spread with a wide variety of dishes and beverages. A set of chairs equal to your party's exact number are on the opposite side, opposite your host. The magistrate's corpulent form is seated on the other side of the table. He wipes ringed fingers on a napkin and gestures at the empty chairs. He appears to be the same yellow-blooded, blue-slitted eye species as the envoy, and says, "Please take a seat, friends. Can I interest you in beverages? Perhaps a meal? The Haspin soup is particularly excellent at the Oasis." Kai, for a moment, when you walk into the room, I think you freeze. Because you could swear you see your father for a second.
Yeah. Okay.
And you are eerily reminded of many dinners like this back home.
Oh God. Okay.
Do
Ooh.
I notice Kai freezing up?
You want me to roll to see if you guys notice if I recover in time?
Sure.
Bluff. Roll a bluff check.
All right. I actually rolled pretty high. Oh, my charisma is high. That's an 18.
Yeah, I
Okay.
noticed.
So yeah, I don't think you got. I mean, you can roll contested.
I did.
Okay.
Is there do you have passive insight in this game like 5th edition? Is that
I would count that as just basically rolling a 10.
and
Well,
Brick notices?
Yeah.
Okay. Brick notices, Zen notices. Zen actually momentarily just puts a hand on Kai's shoulder and then steps in and takes a seat in one of the chairs with everybody else.
Okay. Yeah, I sit as
I'll
well.
sit.
I sit probably the farthest away from him.
Brick is closest.
If possible. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you do? You are offered food, beverages.
What did the magistrate recommend?
The Haspin soup.
Really?
You said actually one of the magistrate's aides is still standing there with us, right?
Mhm.
I kind of quietly just like ask them, so what's the expected etiquette here?
They do not answer.
Is it just the aide and the magistrate in this room? Is there anyone else?
Not that you can see.
Kai is as to your etiquette question. Kai never sits the way that she's supposed to. She's a bisexual woman. She doesn't sit in a chair correctly. None of us do. But she is sitting like as straight as possible, hands on the table, like very like in the Girl Scouts I was trained to do, like we had like a manners day, and the lady that was holding it was very mean.
That was my favorite day at
And,
camp.
well, she was the mom that was hosting it was mean to me, and so I learned my manners very quickly. So it's that kind of vibe of I don't want to upset. But she just asked, is there a reason why we were invited to lunch with you?
Straight to the point, I see. I believe this could be a mutually beneficial arrangement. Please make yourselves comfortable.
How
She
high
takes
is
a
the
sip
table?
of the water. I'm assuming there's water. Is there water?
It's water.
Yeah.
It's pure.
How tall is this table?
It's a comfortable dining room height.
Oh, okay. Yeah, which sits in a chair. Was there food in front of us, or were we expected to ask for it?
There is some food. It's implied that you can ask.
Yeah, we're going to defer to Kai and look around to see if anyone else is going to eat.
Yeah, go ahead.
Leaf tucks in.
Okay. Just for the entertainment value, go ahead and roll me a D percentile on what Leaf grabs, because there's a lot of stuff.
Well, okay, what kind of stuff is there? Because Leaf is the type of person who would look at his plate before just like randomly stabbing something.
There are
We can
animal
narrow this
products on
down.
every single plate there.
Oh, it's just animal products?
There are some leafy greens and the occasional vegetable.
Leaf would start with the vegetables, having given what we've been told.
Okay.
And look for anything that looks particularly like chicken.
Okay.
Or like an animal that he recognizes. Because we've encountered, what was it? What was
Strange
the
alien
animal that
deer
we had?
things.
Yeah, like
Oh yeah.
The
anything that
bunny.
he's reasonably confident isn't endangered.
Okay. Okay, there seems to be like this once was on a spit like roast bunny thing. Sure, you grab that.
I can still roll you a D percentile if you like, though.
Sure.
See if it tastes good.
A percentile of how
See
horrifying
how
it may be.
endangered it is.
17.
How far down the critically endangered
17?
list is it?
Okay, the magistrate says, a man of taste, I see. That is from a distant world. You do not need to know the name, but it is exquisite. Very few remaining, I might add.
Has Leaf already taken a bite at this point?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Do you
Oh,
very
yes.
politely take the napkin and spit it out?
How does it taste?
It's delicious. But it has an air of loss and sadness to it.
Don't kill me, why?
You just ate another planet's like white
Leaf,
rhino.
Leaf gets a wistful look in his eyes and continues eating.
Whoa!
You said it tastes like sadness.
Yeah.
I joke on my own spit. Okay.
Okay, Kai is yeah, Kai is
You're right, though. It is
not
exquisite.
actually like y'all know me. I'm usually pretty talkative. I usually take the front seat in these things. She looks like she doesn't know what to say, and then glances. If I'm at one end of the table, I may be able to kind of glance at you guys in easier, kind of collectively. In like a, does anybody else want to take the reins here?
Oh. So you said that it's quite quite rare. Is there it must be hard to get a hold of. Do you have what are these other things?
The magistrate starts listing off a bunch of creatures whose names you have no idea what they are,
But do memorize, yes.
which I will not create right now on the fly.
That's fine. That's why I did not ask for them. But
Okay.
Leaf memorizes them.
Okay. Making a mental hit list for anyone who does anything with those creatures. I see.
Uh-huh.
Okay. After a few moments, the magistrate dabs off some of what they were eating and says, "So, where do you come from? What brings you to this settlement?"
Oh, we came here for trade. We've been exploring the galaxy, I suppose. We've got a cargo hold mostly full of what we hope are trade goods, and if not, we'll end up as raw materials. And of course, as I'm sure you're aware, one of our, a ship that was taken from our people landed here, and, we're here to figure out what happened with that and resolve any issues it has caused.
And is that all the marshals wanted with you?
I mean, they had a lot of questions for us, mostly about,
Well, they gave us a stern talking to about the fact that we entered your airspace with our
they were not happy
weapons
about the
drawn.
weapons.
Okay, both of you
Apologies
are
for
very obviously dancing around one piece of information. Please roll a bluff check to make sure that you can seal.
Which piece of that piece?
The
of
part that we're trying to kill him, not kill him.
Yes.
I'll fuck him
I
up
wish
right
we
now.
wish we were killing him.
Ready to throw
I'll
down.
go get that lady.
To
on
be
the
fair,
kill her
Leaf's
together.
not bluffing.
Is it a bluff?
But-
Is that what we're doing, or is it a? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Can Leaf finish his sentence before the
Yes.
bluff check? And I mean, we had some questions about the slave pens. Apparently, there's some of our species there. And we were, in no uncertain terms, told it was none of our business.
Okay. That
Did you
definitely
roll,
is a-
Kyle?
I did,
Yeah.
Okay.
What was your result?
To be clear, Leaf's not bluffing. We were told it's not our business. We were just also told that it should maybe become our business.
The roll.
The roll is it was bluff, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a 3.
Great, because mine is a 6.
Like I said, luckily, Leaf's not really bluffing.
Okay. I don't know anything at all about what you are speaking.
Really?
You may roll a sense motive check if you would like.
Yeah, Kyle, why would you bring up the
Yeah.
thing that he very clearly doesn't want to be
yeah.
involved with, and therefore the mob doesn't address the fact that the mob is killing people. That's kind of
Exactly.
not how they do it.
24.
23.
15.
Sense motive.
Yeah.
I feel like I am not in the wherewithal.
You're welcome to try.
Well, it's a nat 20, but again, I feel like Kai is not.
Everyone who beat a 20 knows that he is absolutely lying.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Leaf sees nothing but sincerity. I'm really glad to hear that. Yeah, we used to have slavery on my homeworld. It was
Bad. I'll answer
Yeah.
that one. It was bad.
and bloody.
Well,
Leaf shudders briefly. Sorry, what were we talking about?
merely getting to know my new guests. Perhaps I could interest you in a counteroffer to the offer you inevitably were given. Rid my world of the marshals and anyone else who may pose a threat, and I could see myself being a valuable ally to you. Potentially getting you places you couldn't get otherwise. Not to mention a handsome sum of, shall we say, 30,000 Freeport credits to start. That would also, of course, include taking care of any rabble that may or may not be rousing in this settlement.
May we
Of course,
Okay.
it goes without saying, you may refuse. I would merely ask that you think it over before you do.
May we have a day to consider before embroiling ourselves in local politics?
Take as long as you like.
It's very much appreciated. Leaf flashes a brilliant smile and then tucks back into his rabbit thing.
We greatly appreciate the invite, but we do have to get back to the ship. We have a few animals that need tending to, and we didn't expect to be gone as long as we have been.
Are they rare?
No.
Actually, one of them looks a lot like what this might have been, except that there's far too many of them. Would you like one?
I look at Leaf. I look. It's just the
I'd offer two,
briefest
but
of,
then you'd be overrun with them.
It's the briefest of glances at Leaf, and it is. Do you perceive it? Roll for it.
I mean, Leaf's not looking at you, but you would definitely know that there is no way in hell that Leaf means this.
No, I know, but it's the glance of. It's not the glance of like, oh God, like you're being stupid. It's the glance of, you have absolutely no idea what you're fucking with right now, Leaf. Stop. Like, that's the kind of thing that, like, Kai knows this kind of person extremely well, and you are not doing what she wants.
Yeah, except that you just implied that Wonder might be on the table for dinner, so...
What?
You just told this man who is serving us, a rare and exotic species, that we have animals on our ship.
I don't know what other way to get us out of this conversation. Kai is also panicking.
Yes.
What else do you want me to do?
Zen just stands up and begins helping everyone else out of their chairs. He's picking up on the vibe and starting to get all of you out of there.
Yep.
Rudy's the last one to leave.
It was nice meeting you. Thank you for the invite.
I will see all of you around, I am sure.
And I leave.
Okay, you leave, and as you're walking back to the ship, go ahead and make spot checks for me.
19.
11.
16.
19.
Okay, everyone except Ari notices you definitely have a tail now, and you're pretty sure there's some of the people that a couple of you noticed on the way into the square who were packing.
A tail.
So-
I
No,
legitimately, Grant, I legitimately thought there was a magic spell put upon us, and now we have tails, like a rabbit.
And
I was like, oh my God,
no.
he's turning us into the exotic meats. Oh no.
Exotic butters.
Now that would have been
yes.
a twist.
Oh God. Anyway, yes, you now have picked up a tail, and they're just keeping their distance, but they're keeping an eye on you.
Are they wearing a uniform of any kind?
Not that you can tell. They just seem to be citizens who previously you've noticed were most definitely armed.
Great.
I would like to use I would like to use my psionic weird implant thingy. Well, what's it to use what's it called? The detect psionics.
Okay.
Because I'm curious.
What's the range on that?
Give me 1 sec.
Because I'm thinking at this point you're probably getting close to the starport.
It is 20 meters from
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The people tailing you definitely aren't. However, as you get close to the starport, you start noticing there is a definite psionic presence. And as you come around the corner and are approaching the entrance to the hangar where your ship is landed, you notice someone standing out front. They turn to you. They have a shawl and a poncho on, but underneath, you actually recognize them. And all of a sudden, they just shout, "Oh, by the light, you guys showed up!" And all of a sudden, Amryn is just running toward you guys and starts enveloping each and every one of you in a great big hug.
I'll take that hug happily. Yeah. Hi, Amryn. How you doing?
You guys actually came! Oh my goodness! How did the modifications hold up? How's the ship doing? Is she okay?
The mods are great. I am a little upset that we're here, to be fully honest, because our ship has been impounded, and I think we're gonna get murdered. So thanks for that.
Wait, what? What's going?
Perhaps we should discuss on the ship.
Yeah, you wanna come hang out?
Is the thing gonna stab me again?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
It stabs us all.
As you are all being stabbed, getting on board the ship, Amryn's
We have new viewers here that have absolutely no fucking clue what that means. These dumbasses, when I wasn't around, decided that the best way to have a biomarker system to let you on the ship is that a needle comes out, stabs you, steals some of your blood, and decides if you're allowed to be on the ship or not. It's not a fingerprint thing, it's not an eye scan. No, it just stabs you.
Most secure.
I was sick during shipbuilding day.
It's the same reason why the ship has nuclear weapons on board and a self-destruct button.
A self-destruct button. We have a self-destruct button. That is akin to the no railings in Star Wars. Like, come on. Who did this? That's not OSHA compliant.
The self-destruct button is very well protected from everyone but me.
Anyway, as you are all finishing getting stabbed and the door closes behind you, Amryn just says, "You guys haven't even been here a whole day. How are you already making enemies?"
We just
And-
are really good at that.
That's where we'll leave it.
Oh boy.
All right. Yay. That is our D&D and Space Night for today. If you're new here, we usually stream for about 2 hours, and we go from 7 to 9, so at least our time zones. So we are finished up for the night, but if you enjoyed, if you like what you see, please give us a follow if you already have. Excellent. And come back next week, because we do D&D in Space every Thursday. This is kind of a variety channel, Astronomy Arcade. So on Thursdays we do D&D in Space, but on Mondays I play a video game. Right now I'm playing Oxenfree because I started playing it because I played it a long time ago, and I started playing it with what I thought would be plenty of time to finish it before the second one came out, which came out 2 days ago. And I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. And then I realized I hadn't played half the game the first time that I played it. So, whoops, it's taken a little bit longer than I expected, but it's great and it's fun. You guys should come by. That's Monday mornings. It's on the schedule already. And then on Wednesdays, me and my partner Aiden talk about astronomy stuff. I don't know what we're talking about this week, but it's usually a fun time. But yeah, please come by. Please hang out. Thank you to the people who followed, and for X for bringing that raid over. Appreciate that, and for following. Also, shout outs to Ainmosnia. I hope I'm saying your name right, because y'all discussed it before in the chat, and I was like, I think I got it right, because I didn't say Amnesia. And then Ash of Armageddon. Thank you guys so much, and Skeptical Sake for those biats that cheer. Also, thank you to my lovely Game Master Grant for weaving such an incredible story. So fun. And being, 50,000 characters. And then thank you to my lovely party mates, Kyle, McKenna, and Amanda, for being just just gems of people that I get to play this fun little game with every week. I think that's it. You can subscribe. We're affiliate partner. I can't remember what the lower tier one is, but we're that one, so you can subscribe if you're interested. And good job. Don't overthink it. I got it for the first time. Okay, good to know. Thank you. But yeah, I think on that note, if you want to see past streams, go to the About page and click on my face. If you want to join our Discord, go to the About page, and there's a thing that says join the community. You can click on that. It's a Discord invite. We hang out, have fun, share animal pictures. I think that's it. And Grant has the invite right there.
Podcast, wherever you find your podcast.
Oh, I also have a podcast.
Yes.
It's called the Cryptic Cape Podcast. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything I do on Twitch. But it's fun, and Grant's in it, and Kyle's in it, and everybody on this is in it.
Everybody here is in it.
Yeah. So
It's great and cool and an awesome listen. So check it out.
go check it out.
Yeah.
On everything where you find podcasts. I think that's it.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
Yeah.
Or next time.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.